Boring. Boring.
Boring! No! The battery!
Let's talk a bit about boredom. So, boredom, the sense of being bored, right? So, this topic I'm going to talk about in two parts. The first part, this one, is going to be about boredom when you have nothing to do, when you're just, lazing and sitting on your bed and there's nothing to do, and you're like, man, I'm so bored. That one, that feeling, that's gonna be talked about in this one. And the next video is gonna be about boredom when you are doing something, when you're doing a task and that task is very boring. How do you solve that? So let's dive into this video. Let's understand how do you abolish this boredom, how do you overcome this boredom when you have nothing to do, when you are just in your room and there's nothing to do, when you're feeling so bored. What to do? The first thing, do you have something that you like that will take less than 2 minutes to do? So this is my threshold. If I'm bored, that means it's not that there are not things to do. It means the things I think of that are available to do, it's too far-fetched. I have to do too much of an effort to do that thing and get some joy out of it. And that's why I'm just lazing around and I'm feeling that self-pity, right? So understand and ask yourself that, is there a task that I would love to do, I am interested in, and that would take me less than 2 minutes? That's the threshold. For example, you like painting. So tell yourself, okay, fine. Or sketching, for example. I'm gonna take this notebook, I'm gonna take this pen, I'm gonna sketch for just 2 minutes. Just 2 fucking minutes. That's it. That's it. And when that 2 minute is over, if you feel like you can go for another minute, then go for another minute and use your stopwatch. Set that 2 minute timer, draw for 2 minutes, the timer goes off, 2 minutes is done. Then if you feel like going another 1 minute, you can go. Then set the timer for another 1 minute. Then go for another 1 minute. After that 1 minute ends, even if then you want to pursue that task, then what do? You switch off the phone, you keep it on the side, and you continue with the drawing till the time you are not satisfied with it. So that's the number one. And for example, you did those 2 minutes and you don't want to go on for another minute, then try to find another task. Just think. Thinking is free. It doesn't take any effort. Just think about all of those tasks that you can do, that you would be interested in, and that would take less than 2 minutes. The second thing is to understand why you are bored. Because essentially you don't have anything to do, right? So that is a certain kind of a state. Your brain is releasing certain hormones, and I don't exactly know which hormones, but they're definitely not the right ones. So physical exercise. Physical exercise is a biggie, is a complete biggie. What I won't say generally do, but I have done very, very often, is that suppose I'm lying on my bed and I'm feeling very bored, I would do this. And this is something that's taught by Mel Robbins actually. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I hit the 1, I would jump out of the bed and I would make some sound, for example, like bark, wow, like that. Or like jokingly dance around the room, something like that. I would do some physical exercise, I would do some movement with my fucking body. Why? Because when I'll move, that movement will change the physical state of my body and that will change my emotion. So in maximum number of the cases, I will stop being bored. At times you may even feel like going outside and actually, having a run or playing a cricket match or a football match or whatever. Just by those, 2-3 minutes of walking around or screaming, singing at the top of your voice, whatever it is. Change your state, your emotional state, by changing your physical state, your physiological state. And I have talked about this in my earlier videos also, so you know it. And the third thing I would suggest is ground yourself. And what does ground yourself mean? Metaphorically, it may mean something else, but I'm talking literally ground yourself. And that would mean that barefoot walk on the ground. This may sound very counterintuitive, but this actually works, and I found this to work for me. So, why don't you try it and let me know if it works for you too. What I do is I let off my slippers and I go to some grassy pasture that's around me. I walk barefoot. That's that. Just that. I walk barefoot, and when I'm walking, I try to feel the sole of my feet, the grass touching the sole of my feet. If there's water, the water wetting the sole of my feet, I would feel that. And that helps me be grounded. So ground yourself. Be in touch with the soil, with the earth, with the grass. Open your shoes, open your sandals, open your slippers. Just walk barefoot. And if that walk is around a lake, then it can't get any better. It can't get any better. You can be barefoot, walk around the lake and just sit down on the shore of the lake and just watch. Just stare into the abyss. And it's very beneficial. And that would give you some alone time too. And that alone time, maybe you will also have some creative thoughts. So think about that. So these are my top tips for completely extracting and throwing out the boredom of your life. So please try it and let me know that if these tips helped you or not. Bye.